have, right, in this new society because the world is changing. Remember, every 15 years the world changes. Um, so women rights and a lot of stuff like 30 years ago that really became like our moms kind of they start getting where they want to work, they want to go out, they was competing against men in the workplace. And
Okay.
now the last 15 years it's really been where okay, women are actually separating from their husbands and feeling like I really don't need you for real. Or
Uh-huh.
if I decide to deal with you, it's really just for financial reasons or for intercourse, right?
Oh,
Like it's really like in your face. I only need you for this.
mm-hmm.
But on the so when we were having this conversation, we were making this for the younger ladies, the older women like in the 40s and 50s. We ain't really late 30s. It's really over for y'all as far as trying to correct the narrative. We doing this for the women in the young 30s, in their 20s, teens that ain't had that ain't fell for the traps of the world and had a bunch of kids with different baby daddies. Like if you still solo out here with no kids, you got a lot of leverage,
uh, I'm not
lady.
I'm not gonna say it's over, but you got a lot of work to do. You might have to do a lot of work, and it might just be off of being not aware of certain stuff.
Well, what you mean? You ain't gonna say it's over for who? For women or for men?
Say 36, 37, 38 and up. I don't think it's all the way over. No.
Well, what I say about that is cause what the narrative is with men now. Like the video I just watched, the man was saying the only power a man really has, and me and you, we talked about this,
Uh huh.
is the ability to walk away from a situation that he doesn't feel is gonna be prosperous for him in the long term.
Yeah, I believe
Like
that.
like now, once men start seeing red flags, okay, let me go ahead and move away from this because what they're gonna tell me is when you saw this when you started, you decided to keep dealing with her. That's on you. That's your fault.
That's- I
All
believe
right.
that.
So these younger men are actually seeing these videos and stuff on the internet. I don't think women really invest in watching videos and stuff like this. I I don't think they think this is uh a good pastime, something to do with they days off or they downtime. I think watching BMF, watching Atlanta Housewives, that kind of stuff,
Uh huh.
going to the gym, doing yoga, for them, that's better use of time than actually researching what your mates are talking about.
Okay.
You think that's fair?
Uh, it kind of had a little pause there. I might have missed the first part of it. What you mean as far as the young men moving forward or the young ladies?
I'm talking about the young men. What they're doing is since they've been studying and listening to what's going on the internet, they
Mhm.
starting to learn. Okay, the best way for me not to get caught up with a woman is if once I see these red flags, not to engage with her,
True.
not to have kids, not to do. I ain't even gonna try it.
Yeah, I
But
believe.
men are getting this information from the internet. Women are not. They feel like watching a long video is a waste of time.
Okay. It
Like
depends on what video it is though. But that's
like
what you
the
said about the Atlanta Housewives and so on and so forth. They'll watch that.
Yeah, they'll sit there, they'll watch 3 hours a day watching TV. That's
Yeah.
the average time.
Uh huh.
But watching a hour long video, oh hell no. They might watch a short, but an hour long video, and to really get some real dialogue and an understanding, you got to have what's the problem, how we can solve it. So it takes time to get through
Yeah.
these kind of situations.
Uh huh.
So what I'm hearing is they're not invested in themselves to learn how to deal with a man that and it's gonna hurt them in the long run because men are learning how to deal with women. Women always had the church, the government, the family to kind of keep men in line.
Okay.
Now you like I just watched a video the other day. Did you see the video when the female truck driver she threw a plate or something in the trainer's face?
Hmm.
And so I went and checked out the comments on that video. When you look at the comments, back in the day, it used to be like a real man wouldn't put his hands on a woman.
Hmm.
That's what it used to be. Now it's like equal rights, equal the top comment, equal rights, equal lefts.
Yeah. I
You
saw.
know,
Uh-huh.
The top 5 comments that I saw on there was saying how she was out of line. She shouldn't have no license because if she get a license, she's already showing that she can't control herself. She's gonna have road rage. Like this
Uh-huh.
is like people are calling a baller, striker, strike when it
Okay.
comes to women's behavior now.
Okay.
We're not overlooking it. We're not saying she PMSing. They're not saying that no more.
No.
So now, if the women don't educate themselves and learn how to maneuver,
Uh-huh.
I think it's gonna be a lot of single men out here enjoying their life, and there's gonna be a lot of women out here with with the guys that don't mind going to jail. A bunch of baby daddies with them dudes, cause they don't care. They'll put up the foolishness. They'll fight with you. They'll do all this, and they're gonna still show back up, and you eventually gonna give in to them. Now you pregnant from this guy, and now the old game was deal with this guy. Down the line, go find a better guy that's gonna help take care of your kids. Russell Wilson and Sierra.
Was
That
that a game or was that just like the natural progression of things? Was that like was they being taught that or was that just kind of how it worked?
and I you know how they say water uh when it finds its own level or something like it's
Yeah.
going
Mm-hmm.
I think and it just in my mind it's just starting to make sense. The reason why a lot of these women procreate with a lot of these dudes, and we're seeing it now. We
Uh-huh.
see when women take men to court, they try to take everything. They
Okay.
they taking belts, they taking the dog, they doing stuff just to be hurtful.
Yeah.
That's that's like a low level criminal kind of mindset, like I don't care nothing about you, no remorse. I'm gonna just get all I can get, and I'll throw this shit away before I let you have it. Right? Because a thief will break in your car and steal your whole bag
Uh-huh.
and look for one or two things and then throw your bag away.
Oh, so will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like that's what they doing. They going through whatever you got, anything they see what value they keeping, the rest of it, they're gonna throw it away. They ain't even gonna give you an option to keep it. They don't care about your feelings.
I ain't heard no lies.
So men are starting to see this, and with the internet, we're starting to get video after video after video. Not
uh-huh.
saying all women are like this, but the
No.
women that are that understand,
Uh-huh.
they gonna have a husband because it's gonna be an abundance of men out here waiting for the right women now.
Yeah. Yeah, there ain't no argument with that. I don't even know if it's waiting real right now, based off of what you said. They just moving forward, on their
Yeah,
path and go and doing what they gotta do for them and deal with who
exactly.
if I run into you or not, I still gotta get it. I gotta figure it out. I think that's one of the things that's. I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and I had used that track analogy. What race we run? We run a relay, or we just running a sprint? Or
Yeah.
like a 400. We run the 4x1, or we running just the 400. Well, a man got to he got either way. He got to learn. He got to carry the weight. If it's him
Hmm.
or somebody else, he got to train like somebody gonna be on his back. So it
Exactly.
matter once he get himself in position, whoever ready to get to get in that passenger seat, but it ain't that's not the forefront no more. That's the thing that's changed. Like me chasing that, the relationship is not on the forefront. It's putting myself in position. We when we was growing up, they would mention like don't focus on these girls, take care of your stuff. But they didn't really go into the depths and put all this information behind it. Now cats is like, oh, this is what they mean. I remember my cousins was telling me, my older cousin was telling me about their dad one time, and they said they got frustrated because dad used to say leave them girls alone, but dad never told them how much it costs.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
They, they just
So
say
now
cheaper
we,
to keep them.
huh?
They just say cheaper to keep them. But they
Yeah,
don't.
that's
What
after
does
the
this really mean?
huh?
They don't say, okay, if you leave her, you're gonna have to pay half your check going to child support. You ain't gonna
Yeah,
have enough money to live for
yeah,
real unless you move back in the house with your mom.
yeah.
They don't really say that part.
We didn't get none of that information at all. So now they
Hmm.
get that information up front. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, wait a minute now, time out. And okay, you tripping right now, going through the regular relationship stuff. But if I got a 5 year plan and you going through whatever you going through at the 2 year mark, it ain't no point. I'm gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't over. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
world,
I
the
understand
world.
exactly what you're saying.
Uh-huh. But before we didn't have that. We didn't have that, man. It's much different now. Much different now.
Mhm.
It's to the
And
point now where if you go out of town, you can set up a couple of happy hours with some folks before you even touch down, and that ain't even your city.
exactly, you had to go somewhere, hope you bump into somebody.
Yeah.
Now you can be talking to two or three women and say, okay, she talking like she want to go. This one talking a little crazy, so I'm gonna tell this one I'm coming for sure. I'm gonna tell this one I might get there. I'll let her know, and depending on how they respond when you touch down, you're gonna say, okay, I'm here.
And then whatever you run into while you're there. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
really that option to set this stuff up, it was all by chance before. And so now people are looking at the opportunity, male and female, to be fair. But we focus on the young men right now. That wasn't an option 15 years.
well, and I'm gonna say, I want to say we
It
focusing on both.
was.
Because
It is.
if the ladies listen, if they don't get in their feelings, and if they listen, what men really want is a woman that's gonna be honest and really care about his well being. If dudes don't find that now, they walking away.
Well, the thing
If
about it,
if you
this,
want to argue, if you want to argue all the time, that's
uh,
not cute. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
but somebody told him it was.
Who
I
who
who
told
else
him it was?
heard it said like I remember, uh, you know, when I was younger, females wanted to. You don't want to debate with me. You don't want to go back and forth. I'm like, where are you getting this from? Then I just saw on Joe Rogan this female comedian was talking about how she was messing with this athlete. And she said, "Well, I'm the one you want to debate with, and you want to go back and forth." He's like, "What man want to go deal with that?" That's the first time she realized that wasn't cute. Cats didn't want that in a relationship. That all that back and forth stuff. But then, as we're learning even more scientifically, a lot of women need that drama to some extent. Like that's a part of their. Like we think we lean on logic, they lean on that. They need to
And
have.
I can go with you on that because if you listen to how they like watching Lifetime, how they like watching like Atlanta Housewives,
Uh
all
huh.
that kind of stuff, that those shows are filled with a bunch of drama, fear, the Tyler Perry stuff. It's a lot of like,
Yeah.
oh, you gonna get murdered, or he gonna do you wrong, he gonna beat you. They
Um.
like watching that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
it's in their mind, so they just waiting on you to do it. They betting on when you gonna do it,
Yeah.
not
Matter.
if, when
If
you gonna do it.
if you don't, you born. If you don't,
Yeah.
and I think the thing about it is now the issue is that I think that more men, a lot of us didn't get the full story. So now we're learning the nature. We're learning the nature of things now. It ain't even a right and wrong. It's just you learning the nature of your lady.
But
Oh, oh,
let's do this now. I feel like we got more of the story than the women did. I think women got less of the story than us.
well, I'll put it like this. I'm talking about the nature of like if you seek peace, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm seeking peace and my lady's seeking drama, that right there is the divide.
All
Because
right.
I'll never be settled, especially with that being the case. We've got two different. I'm not saying that it's even a conscious thing, but subconsciously we want two different things at the core, and that alone got people sitting back. Okay, now how do I move forward? Like if my whole
Mm.
provides stability and comfort and peace, and this person looks at that as boring and mundane.
Yeah, because if you look at it, like I've been paying attention. If you watch ladies, what they really want to do is they want to travel, they
Yeah.
want to go out, and they want to go to sporting events, not to watch the sport. They just want to be out around people. So they
Mm-hmm.
need some kind of action going on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of dudes just want to go fishing. A lot of dudes just want to just sit at home, watch TV. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like they don't really want to be out and about all the time unless they hunting, unless they trying to get a woman that they trying to smash that night. Like they that's how I see it. I
No,
think women want to go out. They ain't looking to smash for real. They just want to be in the mix.
I can see that. I can see that. And so now that we all got the rules, now it's time to go back to the drawing boards and how we move. How we move. That's what's going on now in my eyes. It's like now that we got the full scouting report. Okay, now this is how we gotta go. This is how we gotta move forward with the
But
game.
this is the thing. The rules were this right here. Women can kind of do what they wanted to do, and they really wouldn't get held accountable. The only thing they was getting held accountable for is once they had a baby, if they decided to keep that baby, now you got to be a mother to this child.
Okay.
No, if you don't do right, call defects on you, you can go to jail, stuff like that. That's what they was really held accountable for,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Now the world is starting to hold women accountable because they're moving up as far as in the career phases and stuff like that. The laws and everything have changing to where if the woman hits the man, she can go to jail. It's not just the man going to jail no more. So now the world is starting to hold women accountable. Like I say, every 15 years, this thing is changing. Now I feel like it's changing to where women are going to start getting held accountable just like men. And I feel like by 2030,
Uh huh.
women going to have a better understanding of, okay, I can't just be out here doing whatever
Uh huh.
and think I'm going to get a free pass.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I don't know if you could ever say do whatever, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, like, okay, well, what I mean by that is if a man and a woman go to a party and they get drunk, whatever happens to that woman while she's drunk, she got taken advantage of. Whatever that man does while he's drunk, you going
yeah.
to jail.
He going
You
to jail.
finna pay the price.
Yeah, for sure. That's a fact. That's a fact.
When a fight used to happen between a man and a woman, the man was going to jail.
Mhm. Somebody had to go.
Yeah. When
Somebody.
when uh, when they decide to have a baby, if the man say I don't want to have this baby, he's still getting put on child support. A woman can take that baby and put him on the step at the fire department and walk
Right.
away.
That's
You
true.
know.
That's true. That's true.
So now is you can't have abortion now. States are putting the laws out. You can't have abortion. I don't even care how you got pregnant. That's a little unfair, but that's the laws now.
I mean,
It's like 4 or 5 states. Now I see women crossing the line to have abortions now. They
uh,
can't just have an abortion like birth control.
no.
That was the thing. I used to hear women say it. Like, I can't be pregnant in the summertime. Like, it's too hot to be pregnant now.
That's real. I used to hear that. I'm like, what? Yeah.
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 So it was, and I hear people like ladies talking about taking those morning after pills and stuff, popping a pill. I'm gonna pop a pill. I'm just pop a pill.
Hmm.
So we gonna just pop a pill. We ain't gonna get the birth control.
Hey,
We ain't
man.
gonna make the do well condom. We ain't gonna be abstinent. We just gonna enjoy.
Hey, it is. Once that became an option, hey, well, it is what it is at that point. Shoot.
Hey, what's going on, Walker? So I'm gonna say this now, bro. Men are learning the only power we really have. Now you can kind of be stern with a woman real early, kind of
Uh,
like when you had a teacher, you had that one teacher's class. If you went in her class, you knew you couldn't play. But if you went
uh,
in another teacher class, the same group of kids, they acting the fool the whole period, right?
uh, true.
But that one teacher, she set the ground rules and she held firm on it, right? So if you a man and you come into a relationship and you real serious and you hold like sometimes you can make women fall in line. Sometimes.
The thing about it
Sometimes.
is, I think what's happening now, because we're talking about it, it might be a generational thing. The whole fall in line thing is that's kind of in the past. Now, if it's a natural fit, we're now looking for natural fits because what the fall in line is more. That's kind of leaning towards do what I say by force almost, just for the ear.
Yeah, I got you.
Easy. So now I'm not making you do nothing. If you're not a natural fit, I'm not mad at that shoe, that nine that don't fit on a 15 size 15 foot. You just don't fit. That
Yeah.
that size nine shoe might be everything you want, but I need a 15. There. I'm just gonna leave you on the shelf. Somebody else
Yeah.
that can fit that shoe, cool. You
And
ain't
I seen it.
might get the
I seen some guys talk about on these dating sites. Like back in the 90s, well let me say the early 2000s.
uh-huh.
When you would see the chicks with the tight dresses on and their hair done and all that, you
Uh-huh.
would shoot at them.
You said what?
Now, I say if you seen chicks with the weaves and the tight skirts and the some tattoos on them and all that kind of stuff, dudes would shoot at them because they was bad. Like she
Yeah.
fine, like I'm gonna get her. Like okay,
Yeah.
shorty bad.
Yeah.
Now, dudes, I'm hearing dudes say when they click on a woman's picture, if they see earrings in her nose, if they see tattoos on her neck, on her chest,
Yep.
um, if they see the big weaves, hair all the way down to the side, if they see the long the lashes, and what else the long nails.
They swiping left.
Yeah, if they see the BBLs, they like nope, like not wifey.
No, no.
Now if we out and the bros out and when we drinking and we having fun
All
and we
right.
just trying to do something,
All right. Okay.
rental car for
All
the
right.
weekend.
You know,
But I
that's
don't want you taking my babies to kindergarten at
no.
the PTO meeting,
That ain't
turning up, twerking at the PTO meetings. We ain't having that.
no. And see, that's the thing now. And I think that's just it's just now the like I said, it ain't
Well, hey, what's going on, Roland? What's happening, Roland? Appreciate you
oh,
for checking in, bro. Go ahead, Herb. My bad.
no, basically the only thing about it is, man, we just now it's about the fit. But when you said about fall in line, that whole thing was when the world was smaller before social media. Like
Mm-hmm.
you had a like, okay, I'm the best option you got, male or female, within the whole town. You gonna
Yeah.
fit the line. But now you get on uh, some of these sites, they'll let you know who the new pool is every 5 miles.
Yeah. And who your closest match?
And who your closest match. So you can't do that whole fall in line thing based off of what? Unless they just down bad, you know what I'm saying? And they try to get back on their feet, you might better run that play, male or female. But now
Mm-hmm.
keep it moving. If you healthy, sound mind, and got some and you on your grind to get you some money, you don't really have to settle for nothing. Really. For
So
somebody browbeating you. No. Not at all.
so if you talk to a woman on the phone, first time y'all talking on the phone and y'all slick kind of get into an argument.
Uh-huh.
Do you like that because she won't back down, or is that a turnoff?
Some of it is playful. That's like a flirting thing. But if they on that rah 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 da 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 da, I'm about to catch a flight. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and see, to me, I'm out of here because I notice when me and you have conversations, when me and some of my other partners have conversations, we don't agree, but it never gets to the point where it's getting disrespectful.
No, no.
We we never say,
But
"Oh, you say all," like we don't say that.
the thing
Uh,
that thing that I think we have to we leave out, and this is a sports analogy, so some of you might not get this. I've learned that I use sports analogies, primarily football.
Rock out.
If I'm going against a 300, when I was 250 going against a 400-pound line, I had to get some leverage. I had to get that person off balance. I had to choose how I attack that dude, to fend off the block. If I just try to stay there and I haven't established that some leverage, I'm gonna get toe up. So a lot of the ladies, I think by nature, they're trying to find leverage in some regard. So if I
Mm-hmm.
pull you off just a little bit, that gives me time to figure out do my play. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know if I'm playing or I'm serious, that gives me my move. You know, I can kind of manipulate the situation. Because you ever been like you talk to your lady and you don't know if she playing, she just says something like, "Are you serious?" Then like, "Oh, playing, you too sensitive." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if they don't have that move, now it's now it comes into play as the get it, what do you say? Get in where you fit in. Um, well, you can kind of just go sit down over there.
So so
It's
tell
a power thing.
I see what you're saying. They trying to do it the way they kind of throw you off. So
Yeah,
and I think it's part of them trying to protect themselves because if they listen too long, they
yeah,
might believe everything you say.
yes, very much so. So I gotta test you. I gotta, I have to now see if you're consistent in your concepts and in your conversations and so on and so forth. I gotta be able to discredit you when I see something that don't line up because
Yeah.
I think about it. You know, that's just the world. They they not they're not the 400-pound lineman. They're the 250-pound DN.
Yeah. So they going against a bigger opponent and they know this, so they're gonna try to do whatever they can to but this is what I don't think a lot of ladies understand.
Uh huh.
They automatically have leverage because they got the world behind them. They got the family behind them.
Oh,
They got the court system behind them. They
yeah. Well, that's
have leverage,
that's
but
the
you
that's different now. That's
would
the thing.
let.
That's
But
the thing.
this is when they lose that leverage.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk to the man that your daddy didn't approve or that your mom didn't approve or that you were sneaking out with, and it was like you don't want to deal with him. When you the lady that's working as a security correctional officer, or whatever, and you talk to the prisoner at your job, you
Mm-hmm.
lose that leverage when you do like you dealing with a person you shouldn't be dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk to a dude that already got 3 kids with
Uh-huh.
two different baby mamas, when you have a kid with him, you're not gonna get your child support because he already got child support pending on from these other babies. You know, that's when they lose their leverage, but then they turn it around and say, fuck y'all dudes.
Uh-huh.
No, you chose the bottom of the barrel cats, but because y'all saw eye to eye on stuff.
Okay.
Just like you was trying to get over, he was trying to get over.
Yes.
You understood what he was talking about made sense.
Okay.
What we was talking about didn't make sense. We was
Mhm.
lame.
Well, a lot of the stuff, to be fair, okay, for the sake of this conversation, a lot of this stuff makes sense because it's right there, right now. What we've been dealing with, let's say the dudes on our side on the aisle, we've been building for the future. So it wasn't something I could touch. So if they over there dealing with the street cat, a lot of what he got on is in his pocket. Ours is
Right now,
paid
he
and
can pull the wad out right now
right
and
now.
say, "Where you want to go tonight, baby?"
You know?
She understand that. That's
Yeah.
he's standing on business,
But we over here, we got mortgage, we got car notes, this, that, and the
paying
third.
off your credit card and building your credit. And
Yeah. And they go
you
about
you
to
you slow motion. You
I got
talking big, but you walking small.
you know what I'm saying? Like at the very least I gotta go to the ATM and move some stuff around real quick. I mean
Hey,
I mean
but
that's down to
but 3 years from now, y'all in the house.
or 10. You might have, You might have an income property.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I still because I'm in this I'm regimented. I'm still born because where's the excitement? Because well, okay, because like right now, like if I go out, let's say if I go to a
Well,
night,
hey, wait. Let me say this. Do your closing statements. We don't hit 30 minutes, so do your
okay,
closing statements. All right.
well, okay, I put like this because this what it comes down to. Do I go pop bottles at the club and have a good night, or do I go pay house note?
Responsible man pay house note. Have fun. Pop bottles. You heard what they say about Puffy right now. Allegedly,
Uh-huh.
they was lacing all the Cristal bottles. They had the lady bottles on this side of the table. They told the guys, y'all drink from this side of the table. They
Well,
was popping bottles, baby.
you gotta be
Popping bottles, having fun.
you gotta be careful out here, but see what you just said, somebody gonna hear that and never that could be happening to them right now.
Right
Not
now.
not Puffy, I'm talking about last night,
Local joker from the
oh,
club.
we're in that same play. But if you don't have no, if you don't have no mentorship, no coaching, how you gonna know? If I'm telling you to do what you want to do and just live your life, you're not thinking to check, okay, why he or she ain't drinking from this bottle.
Hey, our next live, we're gonna talk about coaching. Cause I think when we see coaching and when women hear coaching, it's a different narrative.
Different there for sure. That's
Yeah.
that.
And break it down real quick for them so they can get a snippet of what we're gonna talk about next time. How women see coaching, how men see coaching.
You say you want me to break it down?
Yeah, break it down. And we out.
Okay. A lot of us as men, we look at coaching because we end up playing sports as little kids. Most ladies don't play sports coming up, so they look at coaching or training as if they train their dog,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's where the the pushback is on. I don't need no coaching because their only frame of reference is that puppy pad or that that kennel in the kitchen while they go to
Yeah.
work. They
Yeah,
don't.
that's how. So when we saying like coaching and training is all the same thing. Like you gotta get coached up, you gotta get trained. Your man gotta train you. Like the woman trains a man too in a relationship. You
Oh yeah,
learn each other.
yeah. But
But if you're gonna operate on a high level, you gotta understand, and we gotta talk about this, and we
uh,
gotta come to an understanding. And
uh,
sometimes what we're gonna talk about is a different way of life that you gotta get used to. And some people don't like change.
well, they be calling it, and I'm not gonna cuss on you. They call it an S test. That's to evaluate where your partner is. You know, they just want to
Let's
see
see if they
who you
gonna
are.
hang in here. If they
Yeah,
just here for the bottles or
if
they here
you
for the
got the
ride.
skills to maintain what's what we got going on. You had or the wherewithal to make adjustments on the fly. That's what they always doing, but that's that leverage piece. I gotta see if your technique ain't right. I'm about to be dancing with the quarterback.
I'm gonna say this right here, now, and we out. When a woman is rocking with you, and you ain't really took her on no date, you ain't brought her no bag, no big diamond ring, you ain't, and she's still rocking with you.
Boy, you're gonna have to do something.
That
You're gonna have to
that's
hold.
the one.
You're
That
gonna
if she complaining all the time about we ain't did nothing, you ain't what she there for. She
but
there
see,
for the turn up.
most of them cats that get the ones that rock with that, they know how to communicate their plan. They understand how to communicate the steps that they take. If you don't know how to communicate what you're trying to get across, it's gonna be a problem with you. And
Yeah,
are able to communicate that, and that other person isn't able to receive it, it makes it so much easier to put them track shoes on.
you right. You right. But hey,
All right, Doc.
appreciate you, dog. We'll get up next time.
Yep. One.
One.